thank you for coming back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you the card I'm going to be finishing up here for Craft Roulette. Slight hot mess express, but hey, that's the standard around here. So Craft Roulette episode 281 with one of our favorite Craft Roulette friends, Irene Hattrick Smith. We got project is a 4x6 card. Colors was coffee aisle. Element was from a tree. And the random was outside the line. Oh boy, that one sounded familiar. So I went back and looked. Hey, did you know as a member of Craft Roulette, besides the wonderful perk of having a extra submission time for your entry for the week, you also get the wonderful, cool parameter vault. That's right. As a member, go into your membership area there, your dashboard, if you will. Scroll down the screen on the left-hand side. There will be parameter vault. It's a really neat, cool tool that I do enjoy using from time to time. You do get the opportunity to look back at the parameters that we've had in the past, and they're broken down by category. You can then look in those and see if we've had it in the past. And outside the line sounded sure familiar, and I do remember having that one, so I looked. It was on also episodes 197 and 155. Can we say glue gone wild? Check it out, episode 155, what I did with glue guns and actual glue on the card. If I can remember to link it or to post a little pic here, I will, but if I don't, please forgive me. So what I'm going to do, an apple. Well, that is from a tree for sure. So I got out my apple set here, which I'll show you in just a second here. It is from the Stamps of Life. And I decided to go with an apple from a tree. And now you're probably like, that's great and all, but you're using a black apple? Yeah, it'll make sense here in just 1 second. I used a scrap from my stash that was this kind of black, because this is actually the shadow layer. And well, I cut it and the edges just weren't quite solid enough, so I went ahead and was going to just color around the edges just to kind of solidify, darken that up some. So that's what I'm going with. Now, probably should have kept black as the last color and not the first color, but hey, you live, you learn. We're going to do a little green here for a leaf. Okay, green for coffee colors. All right, well, black would make sense here because packaging can sometimes be black. Not always brown. Green, because it can, we're just going to go greens in some of the packaging. Maybe not the packaging I'm necessarily using is inspiration, but we'll go with it. It's sometimes Christmas ones have a bit of green, right? There we go. Or maybe the grocery store that you're buying it from. Maybe their colors can be green. Yep, that's what we're going to go with. Now, let's see. Here is my actual apple. Here is the shadow layer. And I did not get out any red to highlight on that. So allow me to do that super quick. Now for the green real quick, I did do some later gator. I don't know how well that may show up, so let me just do a little fake plant here, because you know the leaf, it's a paper plant. And from a tree, that, I mean, paper's kind of a given this week. And then you put on the apple, but I think the green leaf, that'll look good. We got a little brown. Oops. This is the stem, and it's cut out of some paper. I don't know if I need a brown, but let me just grab that one super duper quick. Okay. So this apple set that the shadow, the stem, and the actual apple came from is by the Stamps of Life. It's one that I had gotten in a de-stash kind of sale. There we go. Let's not lose that little sucker, right? And I just cut it out of brown, colored it with Stamps of Life Ginger Snap. It's the only ink I so far have from the Stamps of Life. This is a cute little apple set, apple to stamp. It used to be a club set, but again, I got it off a resale site, but it finally came in handy for some parameters. And You Are the Best of the Bunch. Well, I stamped that out with the Ginger Snap ink. I thought the brown went really well with coffee aisle colors, and the cream color, if you will, just added to that. The red, got some shiny red here. This was an envelope liner, and as you can see, I've used it for other die cutting, but that's okay because I'm going to attach this on top. That piece that gets die cut there gets covered, and the way I'm going to situate that, this apple kind of goes here, so you don't even see the rest. So I'm selectively hiding some of what I'm using. Let's see here. There's the apple set. There was the shadow layer, and then the actual apple. And let's go ahead with some of the coloring here. Oh, that's a good point. We will need to probably glue that part down or just completely take that off. But that's all right. Minor details, minor details. I'm going to use some Simon Hurley Bee Sting here for the red apple. For the black, I used black soot. That's right, black soot. Soot, if that comes up as a future parameter, I know it's been vetoed a lot. I'm good to go. Just one, I don't know how much this might come up, but I figure just a little shading kind of helps with the apple. Now, it did cut in like the little apple shine. I don't know how well that might come up, but worst case is I do have a die that actually does that little piece. So either one, I can cut that out, or two, maybe go over it with like a little bit of a white pin. We might do some of that. Now this is just plain cardstock that I got from my scrap pile. Red in color. It might be an old paper from Michael's Recollection, so I don't know how much the red, once it dries back, will show in there, so I might just wait a second to see. Yeah, I think maybe just a little bit more. You following me? Got any questions? Let me know. So let me also show you what I'm using as my reference for the coffee aisle color. Let me just clean this up. Here's hoping we don't lose the little stemmy. Should probably start gluing that down so I don't lose it. Let me go get you the inspiration here. What I'm using for my coffee aisle colors, so you might understand just a little bit where I'm coming from. One momento. Okay, I'm back. Yep, Death Wish coffee. This is one that I do like to drink. They have some other flavors, but this is the OG original, and I quite like it. It's tasty for me. It's quite helpful sometimes when I feel a headache coming on. I can go ahead and drink some of this up, and then I might not have to take some actual headache medicine. I know the bag is really shiny. The inside is silver, but the actual coffee comes out brown. But notice the black and the reds, along with some of the white. And we know coffee, of course, you got your shades of brown, and if you add any type of creamers, it makes it kind of lighter brown. So that is where this comes in. This here, I took the apple outline stamp and did the multiple stamping around. This I used, this one right here, I used as my placeholder because I knew I wanted to place my apple about here and then have the sentiment come out here, but I wanted the other apple shape to be repeating across the card. I saw this technique. I've done this technique, but most recently, our lovely friend Hattrick did it on a Card Chaos 15-minute card video where she stamped the same image and then one was colored, so it kind of was that highlight type solo coloring. I'm not sure what you may call the technique, but I know you know what I mean. So I'm going to do that. She did hers with watermelons, which I have a similar stamp. I'll probably even do that too. But I figured using with the colors. Can you imagine though, doing this same one, but if you were into like the Halloween and doing some wicked evil poison apple, or you know, the kinds that are like, yeah, just now are like dripping with like the greens and the different color. Ooh-wee, that could be fun too. So that's kind of where I'm going. And I thought, oh, outside the line, I need something outside the line. This is card based, had in my stash. 4x6. I measured 4x6. Not quite the standard that I do, but you know, after doing this card, it wasn't too shabby. So I might use up some more of those that are in my stash. Yeah, that's part of an apple shape. I took it. Here we go. Here we go. Matches up. Outside the line. Yeah, that might be a little on the stretchy pants side, but it counts. It works. Parameter check. I'm taking it. So the idea is that I will glue and line all these up and cover it that way. You're the best of the bunch. Oh, please tell me I didn't lose that little stem already. Oh, here it is. It's jumping around. Might have to just glue that bad boy on because he just wants to get all over the place. Does this kind of make sense where I'm heading here? This was die cut. I had a newly acquired to me some FUNN. Oh, look at that. I got inky already. What the hey? Rectangles that do the stitching. Not only do they do the stitching on the inside that you're cutting out, apparently they do the stitching on the outside as well. That I found quite impressive and didn't even know that it was going to do that upon when I got them. It's an older Stampin' Up! Set when I believe that they might have paired with Sizzix at the time. Looks like it. So that's pretty cool. It's a whole little set. Here's some other sizes. That one just fit right in there. So I thought this is great for sentiments. And then if I wanted something for card bases or full matte layers on card bases, I should say. A2 size there. They just weren't quite working for 4x6, but that's all right. I think this is going to be just as swell. So let me start some glue in here, and I'll meet up with you at the end. It'll be just a smidgy of music probably, and we can talk about some embellishments perhaps. Okay, see you here in just a sec. Everybody, I'm back. I got things glued down, and that part's sticking up there. I think that's kind of cool. I might leave that actually, just to give it a little bit of whimsy texture, if you will. Let's see what we can do for some embellishments. I cut out a second leaf, but as you saw real quick, I really wasn't sure where to possibly put that it didn't look too funny since there's only 2. Would I need to do 3? Or just keep it maybe for the inside of the card, maybe the back of the card here. Oh, look at that. I mean, outside the line even came over to the back of the card. It said, "Do not forget me." So we might do that. It definitely, I think, needs some gems of some sort. It does look a little plain. I think I want some nice red. Let's see what I have in the way of red. Alright, I'm back. What I decided to do is, back to almost the kiss method, keep it simple, silly. So I went ahead and auditioned some white ones on the red, and I like that. So now I'm going red on the white, but I'm keeping those singles. That way it doesn't detract too much, and we'll do it that way. I think this will come out pretty good. I used some Gina K Connect glue that I had decanted into this bottle. I love this glue personally for embellishments. Works well for me here. And so I kept the shiny red ones on the full apples. Not sure if I might just leave that blank and just call that artistic expression. This one here, again, I went with the white after auditioning, and I think that kind of makes it stand out a little bit. So that was a lot of fun. Also, I snagged this idea from a Stamps of Life gallery post. I will also link that below, along with Hattrick's that she did. Realizing that that's a really great way to use some stamps and get back to, some OG stamping, if you will. I want to do this with lots of my sets. Just make a background with the stamping and then kind of spotlight or highlight just one with a fun sentiment. I think that's a pretty nice card to keep in your repertoire, if you will. If I'm even saying that correctly. Ha 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 ha. So let's quick parameter check. 4x6 card, check. Coffee aisle colors, check. From a tree, apples. Paper, checkity check. And outside the line. Went outside the line. I'm wondering if you weren't a Craft Roulette crafter and you got this card, would you even notice? Huh, interesting. So that's my card and I'm sticking to it. I'd like to thank you for stopping by and watching this Hot Mess Express come together at the end. If you have any questions about the products that I used, the card that I made, Craft Roulette, or anything fun like that, do let me know. Also, coming up September 6th, that's a Saturday, Craft Roulette is putting on a community showcase. And I will be on there as one of the 4 guests highlighting cards made for Craft Roulette. I hope you do get the chance to stop by. It will be available on replay in case you can't be there live. I'll link some information also down below. And see you on the next one. Bye!